Welcome to Fisher and Kage, and thank you very much for downloading and subscribing and all that good stuff. I'm Fisher. This is Jesse Kage and Special Ed. And
my wife is a smart ass.
With this new format, as this show evolves, we're trying different things. And instead of the live show we were doing 4 days a week, you're watching a live taping now of what we're doing.
On Tuesdays. If you're watching this on Tuesday, you're watching a live taping of what we're doing.
So if you're just downloading this through YouTube or this particular segment, you're not going to get this. So to set up that, one of the segments we did, which you should go click on, are...
Which actually, if you're watching it on YouTube, right now, a little box is going to pop up. Johnny Market, a little box is going to pop up.
It's right here.
You can go to that video. It's over that way. It's up there.
But anyway, it was we did 5 things you just can't live without. It's really 5 things you don't want to live without because we excluded air and water and shit.
Right.
And so on Jesse's list, coming in at number 2 was his wife and family.
Right.
And she was watching live at the time.
And she picked it off immediately. She goes, why would it be number 2? And immediately following that, she says, I guess I'm still second to the Dolphins.
And number
Big
1
Miami
was?
Dolphins fan. Number 1, the Miami Dolphins.
There you go.
So after the segment, I texted her that I loved her. And then she says, not as much as the Dolphins. And then a second later, do I have to try disappointing you more? Yeah. And that's why you're number 2.
That's why she should be number 1. That's great.
She is
good job.
She's too smart-assy for her own good. I love it.
All right, so if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so on iTunes or on YouTube.
Or Stitcher.
Follow
us on the Facebooks.
All that goodness. And for those of you from around the world just finding us for the first time, we're a couple of 3 radio idiots here in Tampa, Florida, all been doing this for... Sorry, I didn't mean to call you guys idiots. I'm so used to being self-deprecating in moments like that.
Well, normally it's something way worse than idiot.
Yeah.
So
These 2 fuck nuts.
Right.
A bunch of radio guys here in Tampa, Florida for many, many years that decided to get together and see if we can make some shit happen on the internet. So
about a month and a half in and we're working on that. Seeing if we can do this.
All right, which brings us to...
We need more sponsors.
Hey, if you'd like to sponsor the show, click here. I don't know if that can work. I don't know if that's
what, after all that rambling, what is it we're doing this?
I don't even know what
I know we were going to talk about that St. Pete thing and then change it the last second to...
You're getting old.
Oh, yeah, the moment. That's right.
Yep.
This will be for those in the 30 plus, probably the 35 plus crowd.
35 plus.
I just earned my paycheck for this week.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you for earning that paycheck.
It's in the mail, bro.
It's so hard to give it to you every single week, but
it's in the
mail.
It's
going to be easy this week. No, but
did you not get paid this week?
Not this week, Hazel.
So for men and women both, as you start to, it's not even get old. You don't even, because you don't know you're old at the time.
No.
The first time that this happens, it's almost like, who is this person talking to?
Right.
But
sometimes it's yourself.
But at some point in your 30s, there's going to be this moment where somebody's significantly younger than you, or there's just that interaction, and you realize, oh wait, I'm not 20 anymore,
right.
Or I'm not 21 anymore. And
I think there's a lot of things that happen though. It's multiple. There's that, there's the big ones that stand out. I don't know if I can go to the very first time. I mean, I can think of a bunch because there was just
first gray hair. How old were you?
Oh, first grade, I was in my 20s.
Yeah, I was like, I think the first one was I was like 20 years old.
Yeah.
And my mom had told me she'd had her, but it was really just one,
Ear hair was a big one for me. Now you
yeah.
You have a lot going on there.
Yeah.
You've got like the old man out of the ear hole hair. That's a lot going on.
How do you trim that?
He clearly does it with a weed
easy.
whacker.
No, you have to get in there with, because I don't have the little tiny trimmers. I just have the big, whatever barber. So, but that's what I have to get. And then sit.
Well, I get it like on the back of the ears. I get it like here.
Yeah, I get there too.
And so Crystal has this little. It just takes care of it for me because it's just, and those are great too sometimes.
In the 7th grade at Ocoee Junior High School.
Right.
I
remember first time you felt old.
I remember Mr. McInturf.
1962. Go ahead.
We were talking about DNA at the time. Back in the 80s, some people knew about DNA.
Daniel Amos band.
Yep. And he said, all right, so for you men in the class or boys in the class, go home, and if your fathers, if you see hair on their ears, know that you're destined to have hair in your ears. And I was like, oh shit, I'm sitting there, And I finally get home and I rush home to my father and look at his ears, and sure enough, what you see here, it's like even worse. And at that moment, I just went, fuck.
You knew it was coming.
It's coming. And when it came, I didn't feel old. I just felt like an adult at that. Is that Because that's different. You know, there's a time when you feel like an adult, like you buy your first car by yourself, and then there's that time.
I got first when I got armpit hair. I felt like a man. I got armpit hair, and I remember I was in 6th grade, and a buddy of mine was in 7th grade, and I got armpit hair, and he's telling his buddies like, this dude's got armpit hair.
Hey, everybody, gather around. Get up on this box, man. Hey, our new leader.
Do you still have it or you shaved it?
Armpit hair?
Yeah.
I still have armpit hair.
Well, because I know you told me about the issue on your head.
So you think I have like male pattern baldness on my armpits? I wish I did. That'd be fine. Who gives a shit,
Hilarious.
man?
The first time that I got pubes, I remember, or that I noticed, I remember running out of the bathroom to show my mom.
Yeah.
Like I come running, and I'm probably 11
You know who
or
else
12.
remembers that? Your mom.
Oh yeah, I come running out like this, not just kind of pulling it down to here, going, "Mom, look!" And she's going, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" Like I got here. She's like, "Good for you. Pull up your pants."
You know what's funny though? If you think back to stuff that you did and now you know what it means, and you remember these moments, like I'll never forget this moment. I don't remember who the comedian was on TV, but we had HBO back in New Jersey, and I'm probably
Dana Carvey.
7, 8 years old. He was doing
Eddie
stand-up,
Murphy.
and he was talking about masturbating. And I go to my mom and I go, "Hey mom, what's masturbating?" I never forget. What's
she say?
masturbating? She says, "Eddie, that's a bad word. Don't talk about that."
Oh, bad word. Then she pulled out a crucifix and held it to his forehead.
But the first time that I felt old, I was I think it was 33ish, 34ish, and I was dating this girl, and she was 10 years younger than me. But at 34 years old, that didn't register as anything, and it didn't register. I mean, like it didn't register. There was the age thing wasn't even an issue for me.
Right.
She was just another girl. No, just kidding. And so I remember we're just
Remember the 4 Fs we talked about on this video?
So poor Johnny.
What do we keep doing that for?
Because Johnny's supposed to go back then and tag all that shit.
Tag it.
So now you're
on-
giving the
on
guy more
YouTube.
work to do.
Right. That's why I just
That's
said
what
poor
he said,
Johnny.
poor-
Angry Johnny. So
I love Poe.
That's
so we're just
not
chilling.
cool.
We're just relaxing,
Max and relaxing?
Yeah. And she goes, "Hey." I was like, "Hey, the age thing doesn't bother you, does it? Because it doesn't bother me." In that moment, my world fucking changed. Like a dam had broken my psyche, and this all kinds of shit rushed through. Like, age? What do you mean? What age? How old are you? 20. I'm like, 10, who cares? And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh wait, I guess that is. Wait, maybe. And then all like these insecurities started rushing in.
That was like
Yeah.
that was the defining moment.
I would say that was one of the more pivotal moments in this topic.
I have a similar moment to that when I was in my early 30s. So I'm 38 now. I was early 30s, and we were at a gig, and this girl gave somebody her number to give to me. Now I'm married. I'm not taking her number, but I'll never forget what was said when the number was handed to me.
What'd she say?
She's into dads.
Dad bods. No, she handed the number to a friend, and the friend, "Hey, that girl in the corner wanted you to have her number and thinks you're really attractive for your age."
Was she
And I'm like, well,
14?
fuck you.
Was she 14? She's passing notes around when she's a high school girl?
It was a bar. I'm hoping she was at least 21.
So then what'd you do to her?
Nothing. I did nothing. I didn't respond. I didn't take the number.
Does it bother you if somebody significantly younger than you says, "Thank you, sir"? "Yes, sir." "No, sir."
No, not at all.
Okay.
I was raised to address people as sir and
me too.
ma'am, and so I still say thank you, sir. I said thank you, sir, to the dude who bagged my groceries the other day. He's probably like 19 years old.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I'll say-
it's just, I'm like, thanks, sir,
Do you? It doesn't bother me. Do you? But it will frustrate me when I say "thank you, ma'am" or whatever. I'll use the term "ma'am."
Right.
And I'm not a ma'am. Like ma'am is, you don't use that until they're 60 or something like that. It's a miss.
I say
Like
love
I'm
a
a
lot.
miss.
I say thank you,
love.
love.
See, I feel like all of those things. Then you're chancing. Going into a realm that if you call somebody sweet tits,
I don't think calling it thank you, love, and thank you, sweet tits is really on the same, that's not on the level right
I don't
there.
say, well, I don't take that chance. I'm not going to take that chance.
Well, just so you know.
So I stick with ma'am because miss I don't
not.
like. Miss I don't like I always feel like miss is like miss is a little bit not derogatory, but just doesn't have as much oomph as ma'am. So even if you're like 20 years old, I'll say ma'am, and actually it's never the 20-year-olds that matter or care. It's
Right.
it says they're getting past that 28, 29.
Well, it's the ones that you have now given them their moment of going, oh, fuck, I'm old.
No.
Yeah, you were their moment when you say that to
God
them.
bless. Well, there's 100 women out there that I want to apologize to.
Yeah.
Another time or another thing that kind of makes me feel old is when my balls hit the toilet water when I sit down.
Oh, God.
But that's a rarity.
You know what makes me feel old? My busted up knees from all the knee surgeries I've had. And I go to get out. You've seen me get out of my Mustang. Like, 'cause the Mustang's lowered, so I get out of the car, and I've got to, like, literally hold on to the door jamb to push myself out of the car. And do that in the bed. When I get out of bed in the morning, I'm like... And I'll get up, and Crystal knows. She's walking... I'm just... It just takes me a second to straighten the back out and get the knees going. It's really... It's terrible. How about you, Ed?
Ed, do you even feel old yet?
Not really. The only thing that made me feel old was when my hair started connecting on my eyebrows.
Well, see,
You just got to take that out.
that was puberty.
Middle school for me.
That was puberty. I need to bring that photo in because I was unibrow.
Other than that, I
as
feel like a
kid.
spring chicken next to you guys.
Well, you're what, 33?
35.
35. Because you look older than
What is that
us.
supposed to mean exactly? Because I took that as a diss.
Well, every pound that you've lost,
You get a year. Yeah. Well, you have kids, and kids age you a little bit more. So I'm 42, he's 38, and you're 35. You said?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, but plus 2 kids, so that puts you in the 40 range.
I'm listening how you're backpedaling out of this, Michael Jackson.
What is it?
I don't care anymore, man. It just makes me laugh.
Oh, moonwalk. I get it.
Yeah.
Get it?
You don't get it?
Yeah, I get it enough. I get it enough. I get enough. It might take me 6 seconds, but if I eventually get one of your jokes.
I know what you're doing. You just looked up Michael Jackson, didn't you?
No.
Go ahead. Please.
That'd be like if I said, hey, why don't you just hop back in the fucking DeLorean?
Yeah, because I'm a smooth criminal.
No.
And now play it.
Because that's Back to the Future.
Okay. It's like if you were a pretty young thing. Now go ahead. Because he's right. You pulled up some Michael motherfucking Jackson. Now just play it.
I really did.
I think you just call it PYT, though. I don't like
Yeah,
you don't have to, like...
Ow! PYT!
I think you sound
Pretty
old
young
when you
thing.
say pretty young thing like that instead just PYT is the hipper way of saying it.
No, I only
Right,
say
it was
pretty.
hip in 1984.
That'd be like you saying Obogo, and you say, oh,
What's Obogo?
You're going to go buy one, get one free? No, you just say Bogo, bitch.
Well,
I would never say that.
I learned BOGO recently. But I only say pretty young thing when I'm like at Outback and the hostess is really young.
You call her that?
All of them.
Well, when you're at fucking eating at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, of course he's got to say it. That's when all the fucking old people go to eat.
He uses a lot of coupons. You ever eaten with this guy?
No.
Oh yeah, man. We go
Nice.
early.
I never used coupons before I met you and Lauren.
Like if you were blind and went to dinner with us, you would think that we were 80 years old because of the coupons. The time of day we go to eat food.
Why, because you're braille and you got to touch it?
I mean, we're at the restaurant like at 5.
And the constant bickering and nagging.
And then the amount of coupons. Yeah, you'd think we were 80-something years old. But I love it, man. I fucking love it. Because I am 80. What?
Well, on that note,
No, where were we again?
we should have punched out about 4 times. That's all I know. This video should have ended like 4 times.
You want me to punch out?
You pretty young thing.
Fisher and Kage, uncensored. Like them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube /Fisher and Kage.